Good morning, everybody. How's it going? How you doing? Well, in my part of the world, it's really freaking cold. Well, not as cold as other parts of the world, but considering I am from the deep south, in the northern part of the deep south, but still considered the deep south, and it's 10 degrees out, and I didn't go ballistic on my dog for not crapping for having a shy colon earlier. Guess we're doing something right, aren't we? So how's it going, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is, as it says there, Brian. Last name is Lucas, and I am a poet. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Before we get on with the festivities, please like and subscribe and all that jazz. And everything I do here on my program is fair use. And my program, what is my program, you might ask? Well, good morning, Cricket Cinema. How's it going, sir? And the lovely Matt, Sophia, how you doing, my dear? What is my program? The program, as you can see in the description, is called Classic Poetry with a Twist. So let's break that down. Classic. What is classic? Anything old, but good too. And then what's the twist? Well, the twist is this. Doing the old chubby checker. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. What is the twist that we got here? All right, the twist is I plug a classic poem into the Suno music AI music generator. It spits out 2 tracks, and we listen to them live together and compare. And it's fun. I don't know about you, but I'm having fun. So, good afternoon. It's afternoon, Kirby's mom. How's it going? So, take your time. I'm just glad you came by. How's it going, Paralyzed to Paralyzed? May your appointment go smoothly and you return to us swiftly. All right. What is on today's program? On today's program, we have My Fiddle. And that one is by this guy named James Whitcomb Riley. Oh, by the way, where are they? Aha. I got me a couple new books. Here, let me do this here. I got me a couple new books where our selections for today comes from a anthology of American poetry from 1975 and an Oxford Anthology of English Poetry. So the first half of the program is American, and the second half of the program is English. So this guy here, James Whitcomb Riley, his poem, My Fiddle, and I think My Fiddle was song lyrics. So I'm interested to hear what we can hear. Now, the second one is by this guy named Richard Henry Stoddard. It's called Birds. Our third selection is by the ever immortal Oliver Wendell Holmes. Twin Insect. Twin Insect. To answer your question, Cricket Cinema, I let it choose. That's part of the fun. Because you never know what you're going to get. And I've gotten some weird ones, which we'll explore later in the week. Our fourth selection for today is, when we get to the British side of the house, Charles Dibdin's The Jolly Young Waterman. Then we have Anna Barbauld, Anna Letitia Barbauld, Life. And we are rounding out our selections for today with The Lass of Paddy's Mill by Alan Ramsey. All right. Now, does anybody got any other questions before we get along with the show? All right, let's get this show on the road, or the road on the show. Let me put this here, that folder there. Let me view these as, no, we got to sort by. We are starting off with My Fiddle.
My fiddle, well, I can keep her handy, don't you know? Though I ain't so much inclined to trump the strings and switch the bow, as I was before the timber of my elbows got so dry, and my fingers was more limber, like in caperish and spry. Yet I can plonk and plunk and plink, and tune her up and play, and just lean back and laugh and wink at every rainy day. My playing's only middlin' tunes I picked up when a boy, the kendo sorto fiddlin' that the folks calls corduroy. The old fat gal and rye straw and my sailors on the sea is the old cotillions I saw when the chice is left to me. And so I plunk and plonk and plink and rose 'em up my bow, and play the tunes that makes you think the devil's in your toe. I was a loose, a romancing, do-less boy, to tell the truth, a fiddling and a dancing and a wasting of my youth, and acting and a cutting up all sorts of silly pranks that wasn't worth a button of anybody's thanks. But they tell me when I just plink and plonk and plunk and play, my music seemed to have the kinko driving cares away. That's how this here old fiddle's won my heart's enduring love, from the strings across her middle to the screeching keys above, from her apron over bridge and to the ribbon round her throat. She's a wooing, cooing pigeon, singing love me every note. And so I pat her neck and plink her strings with loving hands, and listening close, I sometimes think she kendo understands. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh.
Now that was fun. Yeah, I like how it leaned into the strings, into the folk strings. That was freaking fun. What did y'all think about that one? Good afternoon, Irish Mark. I'm glad you're listening, lurking while working. I love the lurkers. Yes, that was great. You know, that was great. Yes, Suno does. Honestly, Suno does a good job of everything I've done. It's like 40% of the time it's just great, you know. All right, let's get on to number 2. Second version of My Fiddle.
my fiddle, well, I can do keep her handy, don't you know? Though I ain't so much inclined to trump the strings and switch the bow as I was before, the timber of my elbows got so dry, and my fingers was more limber like and capperish and spry. Yet I can plunk and plunk and plink and tune her up and play, and yes, lean back and laugh and wink at every rainy day. My playin's only middlin' tunes I picked up when a boy, the kindo sort of fiddlin' that the folks calls corduroy. The old fat gal in rye straw and my sailors on the sea is the old cowtillions I saw when the chice is left to me. And so I plunk and plink and rose 'em up my bow and play the tunes that makes you think the devil's in your toe. I was Alice, a romancin' do-less boy, to tell the truth, a fiddlin' and a dancin' and a wastin' of my youth, and a actin' and a cuttin' up all sorts of silly pranks that wasn't worth a button of anybody's thanks. But they tell me when I used to plink and plunk and play, my music seemed to have the kink, oh, driving cares away. That's how this hero fiddles won my heart's enduring love, from the strings across her middle to the Schreichin keys above, from her apron over bridge and to the ribbon round her throat. She's a wooing, cooing pigeon singing love me every note. And so I pat her neck and plink her strings with loving hands, and listening close I sometimes think she can do understand.
All I gotta say is, after hearing those two, I'd like to find me a fiddle like that. If you know what I mean. A fiddle like her. I think that's all we want, a fiddle. I like both of them. At first, the second one, and then it kind of grew on me up until the end. Overall, the first one's slightly better. What y'all think? Now, on to our next selection. I'm a drummer. Without a drum kit at the moment. All right. We are on to the next selection, which is Mr. Richard Henry Stoddard. Let's see here. Mr. Henry Stoddard. Richard Henry Stoddard's Birds. And hello, Joe Banana. Nice for you to join us. Here we go.
Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is people, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song.
That was just lovely. And it's always nice for you to show up, Maya. You know you're always welcome in this little corner of the world. What'd y'all think of that? That was absolutely lovely. Almost got you right here. Ain't it amazing? Just amazing. I just, You know, I hate to say it, but can only probably go down from here. I don't know.
Are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is people, and they sing there all day long, but they will their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So the thoughts my brain is people, and they sing in the little cage of song.
That was pretty cool. Not as good as the first one. I like the first one a lot better. But I can see where they did how they did the second one, Two totally, two different interpretations of it. Good morning, Mr. Adam. How's it going? Good morning, Hill Gear. Nice of you to drop by. Yes, the first one was better. Like the second one, but yes, definitely. First one was better, but it was lovely. That's the thing. Lovely. Lovely. It was lovely. All right. Our third selection, and the last for the American poets on today's program, the immortal Oliver Wendell Holmes, and his To an Insect. To an Insect. Here we go.
I love to hear thine earnest voice wherever thou art hid. Thou testy little dogmatist, thou pretty katydid. Thou mindest me of gentle folks, oh gentle folks are they. Thou say'st an undisputed thing in such a solemn way. Thou art a female katydid, I know it by the trill that quivers through thy piercing notes, so petulant and shrill. I think there is a knot of you beneath the hollow tree, a knot of spinster katydids do katydids drink tea. Oh, tell me, where did Katy live, and what did Katy do? And was she very fair and young, and yet so wicked too? Did Katy love a naughty man, or kiss more cheeks than one? I warrant Katy did no more than many a Kate has done. Dear me, I'll tell you all about my fuss with little Jane, and Anne, with whom I used to walk so often down the lane, and all that tore their locks of black or wet their eyes of blue. Pray tell me, sweetest Katydid, what did poor Katy do? Oh no, the living oak shall crash that stood for ages still. Shall rend its mossy base and thunder down the hill before the little katydid shall add one word to tell the mystic story of the maid whose name she knows so well. Peace to the ever-murmuring race, and when the latest one shall fold in death her feeble wings beneath the autumn sun, then shall she raise her fainting voice and lift her drooping lid, and then the child of future years shall hear what Katy did.
I like how it ended at the end of the poem and didn't leave us hanging. That was interesting. Now, wasn't it? Yeah, March, you never know what you're going to get on here. Yes, that's about most things in life. You might not be able to know what it is, talk about it, but you know, you see it. You know it when you see it now, don't you? Well, Well, I'm sorry. Is it a good distraction or a bad distraction? I don't know. And I don't want to feel bad that I'm making you, be distracted at work, but all right, let's get on to the next one. To an Insect version 2.
I love to hear thine earnest voice wherever thou art hid. Thou testy little dogmatist, thou pretty katydid. Thou mindest me of gentle folks, old gentle folks are they. Thou say'st an undisputed thing in such a solemn way. Thou art a female katydid, I know it by the trill that quivers through thy piercing notes, so petulant and shrill. I think there is a knot of you beneath the hollow tree, a knot of spinster katydids. Do katydids drink tea? Oh, tell me, where did Katy live, and what did Katy do? And was she very fair and young, and yet so wicked too? Did Katy love a naughty man, or kiss more cheeks than one? I warrant Katy did no more than many a Kate has done. Dear me, I'll tell you all about my fuss with little Jane and Anne, with whom I used to walk so often down the lane, and all that tore their locks of black or wet their eyes of blue. Pray tell me, sweetest Katydid, what did poor Katy do? Ah, no, the living oak shall crash that stood for ages still. The rock shall rend its mossy base and thunder down the hill, before the little Katydid shall add one word to tell the mystic story of the maid whose name she knows so well. Peace to the ever-murmuring race, and when the latest one shall fold in death her feeble wings beneath the autumn sun, then shall she raise her fainting voice and lift her drooping lid, and then the child of future years shall hear what Katy did.
Well, 2 in a row to end right at the end. Aren't we lucky? Well, that was the American side of the house. What'd y'all think? I enjoyed them. Couple gems there. Definitely a couple gems there. Probably going to feature them on the freaking look back. Who knows? In the meantime, please make sure you're liked and you are subscribed, because as you know, YouTube, you get the subscribers and YouTube taketh them awayeth. At least that's what it does to me. And all I'm trying to do is entertain you fellas. And remember, everything I do here is under fair use. I enjoyed both of them, yes. Yes, I definitely enjoyed both of them. Yes, and definitely, Sophia, quite raunchy. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So, for the British side of the program, or the British half, we are starting with Charles Dibdin. Dibdin. 2 Jolly, or it's called The Jolly Young Waterman.
And did you not hear of a jolly young
waterman, who at Blackfriars Bridge used for to ply, and he feathered his oars with such skill and dexterity, winning each heart and delighting each eye. He looked so neat and rode so steadily, the maidens all flock in his boat so readily. And he eyed the young rose with so charming an air. He eyed the young rose with so charming an air, that this jolly young waterman there was in want of a fair. What sights of fine folks he oft rode in his wherry. 'Twas cleaned out so nice and so painted withal. He always first oars when the fine city ladies in a party to Ranelagh went or Vauxhall. And oftentimes they would be giggling and jeering, but 'twas all one to Tom their giving and jeering. For loving or liking he little did care. For loving or liking he little did care. For this jolly young waterman ne'er was in want of a fair. And yet, but to see how strangely things happen, as he rode along, thinking of nothing at all, he was plied by a damsel so lovely and charming that she smiled, and so straightway in love he did fall. And would this young damsel but banish his sorrow, he'd wed her tonight before tomorrow. And how should this waterman ever know care? And how should this waterman ever know care when he's married and never in want of a fair?
Well, that was interesting. And you could read a lot into that one. Do you feel glad for the waterman or sad for him? You know? Oh, and we think, well, it's all been done before. It's all been done before. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see what number 2 version of this particular one, the Jolly Young Waterman, has in store for us. Here we go.
And did you not hear of the jolly young waterman who at Blackfriars Bridge used for to ply? And he feathered his oars with such skill and dexterity, winning each heart and delighting each eye. He looked so neat and rode so steadily, the maidens all flocked
boat so readily. And he eyed the young rogues with so charming an air. He eyed the young rogues with so charming an air, that this jolly young waterman ne'er was in want of a fare. What sights of fine folks he oft rode in his wherry. 'Twas cleaned out so nice and so painted withal. He always first oars when the fine city ladies in a party to Ranelagh went, or Vauxhall, and oftentimes they would be giggling and jeering, but 'twas all one to Tom, their giving and jeering. For loving or liking he little did care. For loving or liking he little did care. For this jolly young waterman ne'er was in want of a fare. And yet but to see how strangely things happen, as he rode along thinking of nothing at all, he was plied by a damsel so lovely and charming that she smiled, and so straightway in love he did fall. And would this young damsel but banish his sorrow, he'd wed her tonight before tomorrow. And how should this waterman ever know care? And how should this waterman ever know care, when he's married and never in want of a fare?
Yes, I have to agree. Number 2 was better, and it also fit it better. The tone, the sea shanty, the country mixed with the Celtic and all that stuff. Yeah, it wakes up the dancing foot. Yes, it does. Don't you know it's Sophia? Remember, I was a sailor. We'll just leave that at that. And what they say, once a sailor, always a sailor. Anywho, on to our second in the British portion of our program. This one is by Anna Letitia Barbauld. It's called Life. Here we go.
Life, I know not what thou art, but know that thou and I must part. And when or how or where we met, I own to me's a secret yet. But this I know, when thou art fled, where'er they lay these limbs, this head, no clothes so valueless shall be as all that then remains of me. Oh, whither dost thou fly, where bend unseen thy trackless course? And in this strange divorce, I'll tell where I must seek this compound eye, to the vast ocean of imperial flame, from whence thy essence came. Dost thou thy flight pursue, when freed from matter's base, uncumbered sight. Wait like some spellbound night. Through blank oblivious years, appointed hour to break thy trance and reassume thy power. Yet canst thou without thought or feeling be? Oh, say what art thou when no more thou art thee? Life, we've been long together, through pleasant and through cloudy weather. 'Tis hard to part when friends are dear. Perhaps we'll cost a sigh, a tear, then steal away. Give a little warning, choose thine own time. Say not good night, but in some brighter clime, bid me good morning.
Now, wasn't that one interesting? I don't know whether it's depressing or not. I think part of that has to do with the music, but you know, I think at the end of it, the message is to be uplifting about, you know, be uplifting about life. And good morning, Matt. Thanks for showing up. All right, let's go on with our second version of this one. And let's see what we have to see.
Life, I know not what thou art, but know that thou and I must part. And when, or how, or where we met, I own to me's a secret yet. But this I know, when thou art fled, where'er they lay these limbs, this head, no clod so valueless shall be as all that then remains of me. Oh, whither dost thou fly, where bend unseen thy trackless course? And in this strange divorce, I'll tell where I must seek this compound eye. To the vast ocean of imperial flame, from whence thy essence came, dost thou thy flight pursue when free? From matter's base encumbering weed, or dost thou hid from sight wait like some spellbound night, through blank oblivious years, appointed hour to break thy trance and reassume thy power? Yet canst thou without thought or feeling be? Oh, say what art thou when no more thou art thee? When friends are dear, perhaps we'll
sigh a tear, then steal away. Give little warning, choose thine own time. Say not good night, but in some brighter clime, bid me good morning. Wave me good morning.
Well, that was a slog to get through. I'm like, that was one of those. I'm like, okay, it's cool, but please would you stop? Okay. It's too early in the morning for this crap. Yeah, but you know, I agree. Like with most things in life, you don't know what you're going to get, and of course, we are on this journey together. So, this is our last selection for this morning or evening or afternoon, wherever you are at this time and place. It's called "The Lass," "The Lass of Paddy's Mill" by Alan Ramsey.
Paddy's Mill, so bonny, blithe and gay. In spite of all my skill, she stole my heart away. When tedding of the hay, beheaded on the green, love midst the locks did play, and wantoned in her reign. Her arms white, round and smooth, breasts rising in their dawn, to age it would give you, to press 'em with his hand. Through all my spirits ran an ecstasy of bliss, when I such sweetness found, wrapped in a balmy kiss. Without the help of art, like flowers which grace the wild, she did her sweets impart. Whene'er she spoke or smiled, her looks, they were so mild, free from affected pride. She me to love beguiled. I wished her for my bride. Oh, had I all the wealth hoped as high mountains fill, encircling life and health and pleasure at my will, I'd promise and fulfill that none but bonny she,
the lass of Patey's Mill should share the same with me.
That was cool. That was beautiful. I was kind of hoping for a more uptone, you know, to end the program with, but that was beautiful. Blake Shelton, my ex-wife liked Blake Shelton a lot. But I am thinking about putting all these on SoundCloud. I'll let you know. Yes, that was lovely. That was quite lovely. And it got me thinking, I bet you if you put in one of these all the poetry written in all of recorded history, I'm sorry, Cricket. That sucks. Yeah, the deep feels. But what I was going to say, the thought occurred to me. Don't blame you. Hey, if they freaking renege on their promises, you need to freaking call them out on it. But what I'm saying is that if you put all the poetry in all recorded history, oh, yes, Pooh. Oh, yes, quite rude of them. You can get them, Cricket. But if you put all the recorded, oh, no, with the receipts, you got to have those receipts. But if you put all the poetry and all the recorded history ever written down, 75% of it would be guys writing about women. Way behind. You're here when you're here, and you watch to the end when the end comes. I just appreciate that you're here, Power Lives. All right, let's get on with the last version of this, or the second version of this, of our last selection for today. The last of Patey's Mill, and I'm hoping it's upbeat. Let's hope for some up tempo, but here we go.
The lass of Patey's Mill, so bonny, blithe and gay, in spite of all my skill, she stole my heart away.
When tedding of the hay, bareheaded on the green, love midst the locks did play, and wantoned in her reen. Her arms white, round and smooth, breasts rising in their dawn, to age it would give youth, to press some with his hand. Through all my spirits ran an ecstasy of bliss, when I such sweetness fand, wrapped in a balmy kiss. Without the help of art, like flowers which grace the wild, she did a sweet impart, whene'er she spoke or smiled. Her looks, they were so mild, free from affected pride, she me to love beguiled. I wished her for my bride. Oh, had I all the wealth, hope and high mountains fill, insert lang life and health, and pleasure at my will, I promise and fulfill that none but bonny she, the lass of Patey's Mill, should share the same with me. help of art, like flowers which grace the wild. She did a sweet impart whene'er she spoke or smiled. Her looks, they were so mild, free from affected pride. She me to love beheld, I wished her for my bride. Oh, had I all the wealth Hopeton's high mountains fill, insert lang life and health and pleasure at my will, I promise and fulfill that none but Bonnie she, the lass of Patey's Mill, should share the same with me. I'm Russia at my will, I'm Russia at my will, the lass of Patey's Mill should share the same with me.
I liked how that ended up on a positive note. Get the blood pumping, get the heart going, especially since it's about love. And you know, I agree, Sophia. It's almost like we're obsessed with you guys for some reason. I wonder why. Maybe the sky, the color of the sky in our world when it comes to you guys is not quite blue. Yes, I will get these on the playlist, which here, let me remind you guys. Let me pull it up here because we're wrapping things up here. Oh, where is it? Let me pull this up for you. And I will put all of these on this particular playlist. I know I should have had this ready earlier, but you know how things go. It's live TV. You never know what you're going to get. Here you go. Go to this playlist, and it has practically everything that I've done on this show on this playlist, so you can go back and review to your heart's content. And remember, especially for you guys on the replay crew, like and subscribe and all that. Yet make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube be YouTube, and it's YouTube itself. And everything on this program is done under fair use. Yes, I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much for stopping by and spending your morning, your evening, your afternoon with little old me, wherever in space and time and space you are at this particular time, in this particular space. Me and my bad puns. Yes, this is because I got a road trip coming up. I'm going to go take a little trip after I get off with you guys and stuff. But update. I told y'all last week that I had an appointment with my doctor and that she put in a consult. Well, I got a call and I have a consult for the shot, for the SBG shots. I have a consult on February 6th. So February 6th is when I go see the VA about maybe getting these shots. And also, I applied for school to the University of Central Arkansas to get in June. So wish me luck there. Things are coming together. Yes, it does sound good, hopefully. Now, this is the pisser, though. This is the pisser. When I was going over the procedure with my doc, I remembered they offered me these shots 15 years ago when I was in the Navy because of my chronic pain. Oh, if I'd only known then. We're all Irish in one way or another, especially me. I think I got some in me. Yes, it is good news. Any news, my friends? I will see y'all later today because I got to go do some errands and stuff. But I really appreciate y'all spending your morning with me, especially you guys on the replay crew. And as always, thank you very much for sticking around to the end. And I will definitely, hopefully, see you tomorrow. Bye.